And Bonds hits one high. It's a deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lads. Joined, as always, with my guy, Mr. Big Baller Ben Larson.
Sir.
We are live and direct Thursday night. Unusual. Ben had some things to do on Tuesday.
Had birthday festivities.
Yep. And then, obviously, yesterday, I don't know why we just didn't do yesterday. But we're here tonight doing Thursday night.
Jordan had festivities.
Something I think I was just tired of shit, to be honest.
It works too. It was hot as fucking balls at both places that we were at. So
Yeah,
nice not to
111
have to-
today here in Vegas.
wasn't it hotter yesterday?
Nah, yesterday was like 105-ish, 106.
Okay. We got up to 98 yesterday, so it's hot as fuck, but
You know what's crazy, though, Ben, is I've become so accustomed to it that I actually walked to the store today.
oh Jesus. In the 110?
And I was like, cool. Like, it was like, whatever. Like, I didn't even mind it.
Fucking Christ.
It's a dry heat. So I guess once you, like, it took me 3 years to get used to it. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm a little more used to it. Now it's not like, before I would walk outside and I'd just be like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, this is fucking miserable. Now it's just like,
Okay. Yeah.
it's pretty normal.
Stay in the shade where I can.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I think the problem with here is like we only get maybe 10 days out of the year where it's fucking hotter than balls.
Yep.
And so we can't get accustomed to it, and it's just miserable. And to not have AC in that, oof.
I was gonna say AC is like not normal out there because you don't have to deal with crazy heat, and out here it's like normal. So it's like, yeah, like going outside is like, but even outside I'm more accustomed to. But then you like walk inside anywhere.
Yeah,
and
it's just like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's fucking air conditioned and shit. So I guess that is it's crazy though. I never thought I'd become like, dude, I'm telling you, 3 years ago I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is crazy. I ain't even stepping outside. Now I'm just like, all right, whatever. I got to deal with it anyways.
Yep.
Anyways, we are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download it to your mobile device. Use promo code Jordan517. It's free to use, free to download. Track your bets. Become a better Sharps app. It does need to be in a certain state with legal books, excluding Nevada. So keep that in mind. You can also use it for prize picks and underdog fantasy in other states such as California and Washington, in states that don't have legalized sports gambling yet. So you can use it on different platforms. You basically just can't use it in Nevada.
And Jersey, right? For Atlantic City.
I think Jersey has underdog and prize picks.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Before we start, I do want to mention that your hat is trash.
Oh, yeah, my Dodgers hat.
Yeah.
Nice, huh? It's a nice hat.
It's trash.
Oh, they won today, and I wore it.
Yeah.
I'm on a pretty good streak with wearing the team's hat that I bet on, and they win.
Okay.
Before, I was like on like an 0-15 streak.
Oof.
Yeah, and then I think I'm like 12-2 right now.
Okay. Maybe that's my deal right now, and I can't fucking. Well, had a positive day today, but had really bad days the last 2 days. I don't think I was wearing a hat. Need to get those hats on.
You do. I mean, not that it matters, but it is super. If you're superstitious,
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's sports. Everybody's fucking superstitious.
Yeah, because I mean, it all started with at least with baseball.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like 2 years ago, and we had, I think we bet the Blue Jays. I think it was the Blue Jays. Could have been someone else, but I wore the hat. And it was like a big bet I had, which isn't, out of my normal unit size in baseball. And we cashed, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to start doing this, dude. And I did it. And it's up and down. And then this year, like I told you, dude, I was on a really cold streak. It was like every day that I wore a team's hat that I bet on for like, I think it was like 14, 15 days, dude. They fucking ended up losing, dude. It was brutal. It was brutal. I'm not saying I pick my hats based on who I'm betting, but usually I do.
Well, you have all of the hats.
Except for the
for every
Yankees.
team. You haven't.
I don't have a Yankees hat. I probably will never own a Yankees hat.
We're gonna go to Yankee Stadium and we'll buy you a hat.
I'll probably wear the opposing team's hat.
That's fine. But
I don't know if I can.
You gotta have it.
I don't know if I can do Yankees, Ben.
And I'm gonna fucking buy you one for your birthday or Christmas, and you can't get rid of a gift. So
I have a fear of God hat that's like the same color as a Yankees hat. So when I bet the Yankees, like that's the hat I wear. I can't do like I just don't have it in me to buy a Yankees hat, dude. I don't know, dude. But like you said, if it's a gift, I'll wear it. Just can't do it on my own.
You don't have to have it, or you don't have to wear it. You just have to have it.
Yeah, like the
in
Yankees.
Case you get that that hankering, you need to wear it.
I think I'm becoming more accustomed to the Yankees, though, Ben, because Juan Soto is obviously my favorite player, and he plays for the Yankees. So I'm starting to because I don't like to watch Juan Soto and be like, man, fuck his team. Like, hope they fucking lose. But I'm becoming more sentimental to the fact that he's a Yankee, dude, and I'm gonna have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah. I do that with Freddie and Mookie, so I fucking love both Freddie and Mookie, and I still watch them. I enjoy watching them, but I still want them to fucking lose.
Yeah, I used to love Mookie. Oh my god, dude! Cronenworth just got called out on a strike 3, fucking 6 inches out of the zone to end the game. That's a bad fucking call. That's a bad baseball team, though, in San Diego. That's a bad... Everyone's messaging me. What a bad fucking call.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they've been on a pretty big cold streak, huh?
Yeah, dude, this is 5 in a row that they've lost. They're now under 2 games under 500. Obviously... Darvish and Musgrove hit the IL. Both, we don't know how long they're going to be out. But, it's
6-4 in their last 10.
It's not a good, they went on a nice streak there before, but it's just not a good ball club out there in San Diego right now, man. It's, again, today, they were down 3-1. They tie the game 3-3. They should have scored more runs, but for some reason, they had Jerickson Profar, who's number 1 in the NL in batting average, fucking sack bunt and obviously sacrificing out. So they ended up only scoring 2 to tie the game. Probably should have had a little bit more. And then Estrada, who has a .96 ERA, gives up 2 hits and a walk and gives up the game-winning run, which was also an error, by the way. So, that's where the Padres are at. It's just not a good ball club right now, man.
I was wondering, how are the Padres 3 games ahead in games played than the Giants? But it's because they had that series.
That Korea series.
With LA. Half game back of San Diego, and that's pretty surprising because the Giants have been on a very bad streak.
Yeah, but I mean, Padres now have lost 5 in a row.
Yep.
That's where the Padres are at.
Yep. 4-6 in their last 10. Or 3-7. So, yikes.
I'll probably be betting them tomorrow.
The Padres?
Yeah. I mean, they got to win eventually.
Who do they start a series with?
No, they started their series with Arizona today. It's a 4-game
Oh,
series.
so they started today. Okay.
And they have Michael King versus Fott tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, King's been pitching well.
Yeah, and they got to win eventually.
Yeah.
Man, imagine being the Nationals today and losing that fucking game. Jesus Christ. Up 2-0. And then they get back-to-back hits with 0 outs, and then they couldn't score again. And then the very next top of the half of the inning, dude, fucking Braves tie it. Next inning, they score 3 and end up winning the game 5-2. Just brutal loss for the fucking Nationals. And the, they probably left Mitchell Parker in there a little too long, but he was only at 60 pitches in the 7th inning when he gave up the 2-run shot.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was just... And it was with 2 outs. I mean, just brutal way to fucking lose that game, dude. Absolutely brutal. But anyways, let's talk about... real quick, before we hop into tomorrow's games, I do kind of want to talk about, like, the state of Major League Baseball and where we're at in, like, kind of... Because we're hearing a lot of Lou Bob rumors now. Garrett Crochet may be traded from the Chicago White Sox. So we're hearing a lot more conversations about teams that are going to be sellers versus teams that are going to be buyers. Brent Rooker could be shopped, according to multiple sources from the Oakland Athletics. So, I mean, we're hearing a lot more, Ben. So
yeah, I think we're starting to see that separation that we knew was going to happen in June. It's only the beginning of June. I mean, we're at what the 6th today.
Yep.
But we've got the NL is still stupid close.
It was pretty close too.
Well, yeah. AL, you've got kind of 4 teams that are now on that. You got 1 team on the fringe and 3 teams that are pretty much outside looking in. I don't know how much you can put into Oakland, the Angels and the White Sox coming back, being 9 and 18.5 games out.
I would count those 3 basically out.
Yeah, Houston at 5.5. Houston's a good team. 5.5 is gonna be tough though.
Yeah, but I mean they're only like 6 back of Seattle, 6.5. So it's not even like they're that far back of their own division. I mean they're kind of close on both.
Yeah. Then you look at if you look at the NL, I mean you've got the Pirates at 1 game back. You've got the Mets and Nationals 3 games back of the wild card, and then you've got 4 teams right now. You've got the Diamondbacks, the Giants, the Reds, and actually the Diamondbacks haven't updated yet, so they're going to go to a game back. But
no,
they're Giants, still.
I have it updated. They're 30 and 33.
Has that updated from the last time?
Yeah, because they were on a 1 game losing streak because they lost the last one to the Giants.
Okay,
now they've
so
won 1. So it updated. Okay. They're still a half game back of San Diego.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking the Padres. I'm sorry. And it has updated. So Padres hold that last spot. Then you've got the Diamondbacks, Giants, Reds, and Cards, all a half game back from that last wild card spot. You've got the Cubs a half game up on the wild card spot. You have the Padres sitting there. You got the Braves, who can very much drop. They're 6 games up right now, but they could definitely drop out of that top spot. And then the Mets and Nats are the furthest away, where I think they have a chance at least at 3 games back.
Yeah, I mean,
Colorado Rockies, Marlins at 8 and 9 games out of the wild card. I think they're done more.
The thing with the Nationals is like they have so much young talent that who are they really gonna be trading at the deadline? Like maybe Joey Meneses, maybe that's I
think so.
They don't really have any veterans to really
shop. Yeah,
Eddie Rosario maybe, but he's not even having that great of a year. So it's
I think they're still in that hunt. I don't think they're sellers.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't benefit them in any sense to like trade anyone they have. Maybe they end up trading like some relievers like Hunter Harvey. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like they call up James Wood, and what if they go on a fucking run?
Yeah,
and then they become buyers because they have enough young prospects to become buyers, right? Even though I don't think they really will. I think the Nationals are kind of playing it like how the Orioles did 2 years ago, where the Orioles were like better than everyone expected, but they ended up trading like uncontrollable guys like Trey Mancini and Jorge Lopez at the deadline rather than acquire young talent because they knew ultimately like that team wasn't going to win any fucking playoff games.
Yeah.
So they were smart about it. But they still got close enough to like the point where like they were in a fucking playoff race, so it gave the players a little bit of, experience in that aspect, right? The Mets, I think, become sellers.
I think the Mets, to be honest, I think they're sellers. Yeah. They're only 3 games back right now, so I mean they're still in the hunt. They're just as much in the hunt as the Nationals, but I think the Nationals have more upside because they are young and they aren't looking to make that deep drive into the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, that's a huge fucking win for them.
Yep, 100% agree.
I think that's where the Nationals are coming versus the Mets, who, being so far down in their division, they're not going to have an opportunity to catch the Phillies. I mean, they're 9 games back on the Braves right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think
the Phillies have basically, I mean, it would take a monumental collapse for them to fucking lose their division.
No.
I know they're only 6 up, but 6 games in June is a lot, especially if you're a good ball club.
On Atlanta, which is the big one. So like,
but Atlanta has a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's why
there's 7.5 up on Atlanta.
Yeah.
16.5 up on New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Nationals and Mets have no chance at winning the division. The Marlins, you can count them out. They're going to be sellers. They're definitely trading Jazz.
Yeah,
for sure. They're probably trading Josh Bell, although you're probably not going to get much for him, and Jake Berger. But they're definitely sellers. The Mets, I agree with you. I think they're sellers, just in the sense because like that team has a high payroll, and for them to be this bad, I think you got to like.
Yeah, I think you got to get out of some of those contracts to give you an opportunity in the next few years to.
Yep.
I mean, you're still going to have to spend money in free agency because you aren't going to get, even if you're trading these guys with huge contracts, you're not going to get much return for them because their contracts are so massive.
Yeah, except for Pete Alonso because he's a unrestricted free agent at the end of the year, so they could probably get a good haul for him, although he's not having like the greatest of seasons. But I think Harrison Bader has value. Like, dude, Bader is actually, I'm doing my all-star votes the other day, and like I'm like, damn, Harrison Bader might be a fucking all-star this year. Like he's arguably the clutchest hit. He's one of the clutchest hitters based on the stats. He's hitting like 384 in the clutch, which is like when your team's tied or down a run in late innings. And he's up there with the best of the clutch hitters. He's having a hell of a good year. He's also really good defensively. So he might be able to get a good return, in the sense of like where his contract is and stuff. But I think the Mets have to sell. I just think when you look at the NL, Ben, as far as the playoffs are concerned, it's like, all right, the Padres, like, they're in that final spot, and we know AJ Preller is going to do everything to upgrade that roster, dude. Like, they're already rumored to be linked to Garrett Crochet. They're rumored to be linked.
They have to.
Yeah, they're
injured. Pitching injuries, they have to be.
They do, but, like, I mean, honestly, this team makes these moves. Like, do you actually think they're going to win a playoff season? I mean, this is an unserious ball club, dude. It's just not a good ball club. Like, they need too many pieces.
Yeah, but then you look at the flaws that the Dodgers have.
Yeah, but I mean,
the Padres can beat the Dodgers in a series.
Yeah, but the Dodgers still have a great bullpen. They'll always have a good bullpen. They still have Glasnow and Yoshi, right? And if they add another starter, That's a good top 3. If they had a good starter. And then they still have the best top 3 of any lineup, dude. So they have that going. And Teoscar is playing really well. So
we were saying Teoscar was a piece of shit the other day, but he has his moments.
I said today he might be their best player.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like, I mean, all jokes aside, dude, it's like, you know, we talked about this all year. Is like when Mookie or Ohtani or Freddie Freeman go in a slump, like that team's going to struggle. And like we've seen it. And coming into today's game, Ohtani was hitting 180 in his last 15 games. Mookie Betts was like 1 for 24 in his last 24 at bats. And like you see when like 2 of these guys go cold in this lineup, like the team is not good.
Yeah.
And the problem I have with the Dodgers is Ohtani has no playoff experience. So you don't know how he's going to perform in the playoffs. Right? B, we saw Mookie and Freddie both shit the bed last playoffs. Like they were terrible. Mm-hmm. So it's like, who's going to be that guy to pick up the slack? And like Will Smith, you know, you think he's going to be the guy, but like we've seen throughout his career, he tails off in the second half of the season offensively. So it's like, is it going to be Teoscar? Is he going to be able to be consistent enough to do that? Like and on top of that, the Dodgers need a shortstop because Mookie's not a shortstop, dude. Like he's terrible defensively, bro. Like he's a liability out there on defense. Like so they have to go get a shortstop. So obviously Bo Bichette makes the most sense, but will Toronto trade Bo Bichette? Who the fuck knows? If they don't, who do you go get? I don't know. Like what other good shortstop is going to be available? I don't know if there's going to be one.
Yeah.
You know,
and is it going to be worth the package that they have to get?
Yeah. So I mean, the Dodgers are in. They need the Dodgers need a starter. They need a fucking shortstop. They could use an outfielder because trotting fucking Chris Taylor and Vargas and whoever the fuck else they trot out there, like that's a dot. Like Miguel Vargas had fucking 3 errors today, dude, in left field. Mm-hmm. Like you can't do that. Luckily, they scored 11 runs, or else they'd lose that game.
See, but going back to the Padres, like we just announced a shit ton of different issues and holes for the Dodgers. Like the Padres can beat the Dodgers in a series. I'm thinking even it's possible that the Giants if the Giants get another bat, and if Robbie Ray, Snell, and Logan Webb are your top 3 pitchers.
But we don't know how Robbie Ray's going to be. You never know after TJ.
No, yeah.
And Walker Buehler, I mean, we're seeing him after TJ. He looks like shit, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He looks terrible.
So, I mean, if the Giants got a bat, if both of those pitchers come back well, the Giants can beat the Dodgers in a series.
Maybe. The Giants have a lot of issues too, bro. Like,
no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't believe you.
Their bullpen is mad shit, and it's because
but I think if
Doval hasn't been good.
Yeah,
Doval has not been good.
Doval's always played better in the second half of the year.
Doval has never been this bad.
That's true. That's very true. But you also move some starting pitchers down to relief pitching when Ray and Snell are healthy.
Well, the thing with their bullpen is like Yell's been really good. Walker's been really good. And the fact that like those two have been really good is like surprising, but it's the guys that you think would be good that haven't been good, which is Tyler Rogers, and Doval.
Yeah.
Like they haven't been good. So it's like if you're relying on those guys to be good, but these other guys have been good, you know, what do you do? Do you add pieces or do you just hope that like those guys come back to form? Because if I'm the Giants, I'm more concerned about adding a bat or 3. And
3?
Yeah, that offense blows, dude. Like if Wilmer Flores and Tioga Estrada are starting in your lineup, dude, you're probably not that good.
Yeah.
And the Giants are in this like Luciano gets sent down. Like they say he was injured, but I mean the guy committed 4 errors in 3 games, so it's like it seems a little more disciplinary than anything, right? And then, you know, you got guys like
doesn't get hurt.
Well, I mean, I don't want to take like the injuries suck, dude. Like Jung Ho Lee being hurt, like you can't do anything about that. Like the team would obviously be different if he wasn't hurt, right? But you got guys in this lineup, Ben, that like Fitzgerald, Estrada, Wilmer Flores. Like, would these guys be playing on any other major league team that is a good team? No, they wouldn't.
But again, you're playing them because you have these major injuries.
Yeah, but I mean, Wilmer Flores was fucking. I mean, he was platooning with Lamont Wade Jr. all season. He was hitting lefties and Lamont was hitting righties.
Yeah,
like the fact that Wilmer Flores, yeah, he wouldn't be starting regularly, and Lamont Wade has basically put up all-star type numbers when he's been in the lineup. I mean, he's definitely the Giants' best player without a doubt, and he's hurt right now. Yeah. But Wilmer Flores is still playing on this team. Tyler Estrada is still starting like every fucking game. Like that, he's not a starter every day for a good team. He's not. And Jorge Soler, Jorge is starting to heat up. He's starting to play a lot better. Matt Chapman's played a lot better.
Yeah, Conforto just came back, which is going to be nice.
Yep. Bailey should be coming back.
Yeah.
And
Yaz needs to wake the fuck up.
I mean, he had a good series against the Diamondbacks. Like, he's playing a lot better. I think that these guys they're out of, like, normally they wouldn't be playing every day, and now they are, like Wilmer Flores. But I mean, that guy shouldn't be playing ever. Like, he's not good.
Yep.
So I think the Giants they got to do something offensively, and the fact that they haven't been able to sign anybody offensively, like they've tried. Yeah. They've tried every fucking offseason. Yeah. So if I'm sitting there and I'm Farhan and I'm the Giants ownership, I'm going out and I'm trying to trade for Bo Bichette. I'm trying to trade for Vlad Guerrero Jr. I'm trying to trade for Jazz Chisholm.
Pete Alonso.
And not yet Pete Alonso. And it's not necessarily just trying to compete for this year. It's just the fact of like getting a fucking offensive player in the fucking building, dude.
Yeah. And the only way you're going to do it is through trade, not through free agency.
Yep. Like Pete Alonso, I'd be more hesitant because he's an unrestricted free agent. So, but guys like Bo Bichette that have 2 more years, or Jazz Chisholm that are under contract, like, I'd be doing everything I can to go get those guys, dude.
Yeah.
Or get one of them at least, like, and because it would be a game changer, dude. Not even if you miss the playoffs this year, even if you miss the playoffs, and then you come back next year and you're healthy with Jung-Hoo and everybody's healthy, right? And then you have a Jazz or you have a fucking Bo Bichette. You know what I mean? Like, that makes your team so much better next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So if I'm the Giants, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do.
And if you have those players in the offseason, you're drawing more people, I don't want to say, top name talent.
You could if you're still throwing money at them.
Yeah, but people that will be those role players that you need because you have those
other guys. Yeah, it's like, we're here trying to win, bro. Like, come sign with us. We're trying to win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I agree with you. I think that's huge.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see Snell stay another year because he
has to at this point.
Yeah, he's not gonna get the contract that he wants. So he's gonna have to stay.
No fucking way. He's trying though. He already came out and he's like, oh yeah, like maybe I should have signed before fucking spring training. He's blaming it, and he could be right. Jordan Montgomery looks like shit too.
Yeah.
So they both could be onto something. Like, if you're a pitcher, you can't sign halfway through spring training, bro. Like, you need that spring training to pitch to live batters.
Yeah. I mean, Matt Chapman didn't start off the year well. And he didn't sign until a week before the season started too. He got a couple spring.
We've seen him. We saw him out there.
Yeah, but that was again a week before the season started.
No, it was like 2 weeks before the season started. It was definitely like the first week he signed though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting trade deadline because there's a lot of teams that I think are gonna be buyers, but I think there's teams that are gonna be realistic too that are gonna be like, we gotta fucking sell. But then I think there's gonna be teams that aren't realistic, like the Blue Jays, that aren't gonna sell, and they're gonna end up being fucking miserable for another 2 seasons because they don't give it up. But anyways, let's talk about some games tomorrow, Ben. I like tomorrow's slate.
Yeah, there's a couple series that are starting. There's a couple series that are ongoing that are fun.
Yeah, and the first one we're going to talk about should be a great series.
My bad.
Was that a burp?
Yep.
Nice. Gert. We got the Los Angeles Dodgers against the New York Yankees. Two historic franchises. Brooklyn
Coming out of
Dodgers.
New York. Yeah.
Brooklyn Dodgers back to New York. Playing the garbage that is the Yankees. Sorry, I got a shitty fucking New York accent. But we got the Dodgers. They're basically like minus 115 to minus 120 right now. Yankees plus $1.02. The total is 8.5. This is Yoshi's on the mound. I'll just say Yoshi versus Poteet.
Wow. This changed a lot. When this opened, it was New York minus 115, Dodgers minus 105.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Dodgers here, and it's gonna be one of my best bets.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would try to get a better number than minus 120 if you can.
Yeah. I think the big thing that you're looking at here is looking at Cody Poteet. It's like he had a good last start, but he was playing Miami.
He played the Giants, didn't he?
Oh, nope, sorry. I was looking at the wrong stats. Sorry. I was looking at his stats, not his game logs. There we go. Yeah, he played the Giants last. And he's only got 2 starts, Giants and Cleveland. And his last start or his start with Cleveland was April 13th.
Ooh.
Yeah. April 13th and June 1st.
So, what do you think about this game, though?
I mean, I think it's big. I think you're 100% right here. I think it's something that you look at Dodgers for because Poteet he hasn't seen a potent offense like this in the Giants or in the Guardians. I mean, the Guardians did have a hot start, but that was back in April 13th. That was 2 weeks into the season. It's not I don't look at that with too much depth because it was so far away. This is his 3rd start at home, which is interesting.
Poteet?
Yep.
For this year?
Yep.
Really?
He's only started 2 games.
Nah, I only see.
I'm sorry. This is his first game at home.
This is the first game
at Cleveland, at San Francisco. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I can't read right now.
He's actually been decent though in his starts. Even his advanced numbers are pretty decent.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Again, he hasn't gone up against a team like the Dodgers, and Dodgers are hitting righties well. I mean, Dodgers are kind of hitting everybody well, but Yamamoto's had his kind of roadblocks, but
Dodgers sometimes hit teams well. You never know with them. I will say this:
Dodgers still usually hit well, but they usually hit it right at people.
I'll say this: Poteet's best pitch is a sinker ball. Dodgers smack sinker ballers. They're the second best team against sinker ballers. The Giants are one of the worst. He won that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will keep that in mind. There's not a ton of data on Poteet, but he has been. He has a 2.45 ERA compared to a 2.74 xFIP, so he's pitched pretty true to his numbers. Big part of that though is that he had 6 Ks against the Giants. The Giants are one of the highest strikeout teams against right-handers. Period. Doesn't matter who's on there, who's on the mound. He only had 4 Ks in 6 innings against the Guardians. On the flip side, the Guardians don't strike out a lot. They're one of the fewest strikeout teams. So when you take both those things into consideration, and along with the sinker ball, like obviously I'm gonna give Yoshi the lean on the mound here by a long shot. Yoshi 3.32 ERA, 2.75 xFIP, almost 11K per nine. His Sierra is low, 2.92 because he gets a lot of swing and miss.
No, he's got 6
47%
times
ground
as
ball.
many.
A lot more innings, a lot more pitches. Yeah. But I mean, Yoshi's 82nd percentile in K rate, 85th percentile in walk rate, 64th percentile in whiff rate. His biggest problem is like when he does give up contact, he gives up a lot of hard contact, right? Forcing fastball is his best pitch. Split finger, curveball. He's gonna pitch all those. However, Juan Soto being out could be a big difference here, Ben, because when you take Soto out of that lineup, you could pitch around Judge very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Because, watching the Twin series, like, you can't really pitch around Soto because you walk Soto and then you put Judge on the fucking hill. You put Judge on the hill, dude. Yeah. Right? And then if you walk him, you bring fucking Stanton up. Stanton's garbage, but he can still hit bombs.
He can still hit the ball, yeah.
He strikes out or hits a bomb now. That's what he does. So,
yeah.
But I like the Dodgers here, bro. I think the Dodgers are a safe play. I think them winning today is actually beneficial because it kind of gets them, in that like win streak, in that win mindset. Like we broke the loss streak. We swung the bats really well. We're coming into this series swinging the bats well, and I like the Dodgers here, man. Like I think without Soto, I think this is easily Dodgers.
Yeah. Jason Dominguez has been hitting well in the minors, but
we don't even know if they're calling him up yet. They haven't called him up yet.
Okay.
And it's gonna be his first major league game this year.
Yeah. And if he hasn't traveled, it's gonna be either a really fucking early morning or
I think they're minor league. I think their minor league teams are around there.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. They're double A. I think he's at their triple A team. A Scranton. Yeah, that's upstate New York.
Okay. What time is this game tomorrow? 4 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on the Dodgers here. At minus 125, I don't think you have to take them run line either. I don't know if I would take them run line. Let's see. What is Soto saying right here? Some captioning. I had his post-game interview.
They said they're going to give him more tests. That's the last thing we heard. Okay. Which is why you won't see this at a lot of books right now. It's off the board at a lot of books. But if it is on the board,
left forearm discomfort.
Yeah.
And I think this with both pitchers here, Poteet and Yamamoto, I think you could possibly look at no, both of these are explosive teams. I don't think you want to mess with the over under.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're gonna get. Like you could get a fucking under game. But yeah. I will say this, like the back of the Yankees lineup fucking stinks, dude. Like so does the Dodgers for what it's worth.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would stay away from the total. But I do like the Dodgers here. If I like the Dodgers, if you can get a minus 115 or better, I like the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think get even minus 125. I think that if there's no
if there's what?
I think that's a decent. If there's no Soto.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I do agree. All right, let's move on to the next game. We have the Chicago Cubs against the Cincinnati Reds. We have on the mound Justin Steele for the Cubbies, and we got Nick Lodolo for the Reds. Top 5 Cy Young candidate from last year versus a guy that probably would have been if he didn't get hurt. So what do you think about this one, Ben?
Yeah, 2 great pitchers, 2 great lefties. And I think that's something that we got to look at when looking at this lineup, you've got both of these teams hit lefties well, which makes me lean the over in this game, especially with with these two pitchers. You're looking at a over under of 8 right now. So I mean, I love it at 8. I'm also seeing 8.5 with, hold on, let me see where it actually is. Because ESPN,
I've seen 9 at some places.
Yeah. I was just seeing ESPN Bet has over 8.5 at minus 125. So it's flirting with that 9 area. Even at 9, I don't know if I'd take it at 9. I think Cincy's the better offensive team, especially with the way that they've been playing recently. They've got the better pitcher on the hill. I think you got to lean Cincinnati here.
Yeah, since he's been hot, man, like in the last week, they're number 2 in WRC plus 157, which is insane. 2.5 WAR, 197 ISO. So I mean, they're smacking the ball, 400 WOBA. They're playing really fucking good ball. And then the Cubs on the flip side, they're 6th in the last 7 in WRC plus 120. But you got to keep in mind they also did play the fucking Cubs. I mean, the White Sox.
It's interesting. This is a series that just happened, a week ago, and when, let's see, Justin Steele was on the hill, 7 hits, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned. So it's tough, with that error there, but he couldn't pitch out of that jam, which is difficult. Lodolo was 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned.
Yep. Only 3 strikeouts, so.
Yeah.
Which hurts the xFIP.
Let's see, Justin Steele, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Lodolo, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, the walk rate is definitely a concern for Justin Steele. I mean, walking 4 is huge.
Yeah, 4 and 5 innings.
Yeah, that's terrible. But I mean, Lodolo on the flip side, like only striking out 3. Like the BABIP was 333. He had an 80% LOB percentage in his last start. So xFIP obviously 5.28. A lot of that's unsustainable. Man, I don't know.
We're in Cincinnati. How is Cincinnati's outfield? Does it have a short porch?
Yeah, it's the Great American Small Park.
Okay. Well, I think that then we have to look at, because we've got, when Steele was pitching last, he had 5 ground balls, 12 fly balls. Lodolo 10 and 11. So Steele hits.
Also say this, Lodolo's got a lot of good advanced numbers, dude. Like his xERA 2.95, his chase percentage 74th percentile, his whiff percentage 82nd percentile, K percentage 73rd percentile. He's 84th percentile on walks. So I mean, he's actually pitching really good. His run value on the
score?
What's that?
What's the game score?
I don't know. I don't look at that. Justin Steele on the flip side, 44th percentile in chase rate, 17th in whiff, so he's not getting swings and misses at all. 50th percentile in Ks. His fastball is a -3 run value, slider -2. Oof. Not good.
Yeah, I think Cincy is the way here.
Yeah, definitely lean. Cincinnati's 8th against fastballs this year, and he throws 57% fastballs and 6.1 against sinkers. So they're good against both his pitches that he throws.
The regression for Chicago and offensively, from April to May was huge.
Well, we knew that though. They played way over their head. We knew that shit was coming, dude.
Yeah. Where you look at the gaining ground, they still haven't been a good offensive team. The offensive team that we know they can be. Other than these 5 games in June that they've played. Their last 5 games, batting .341 with a .398 OBP, .544 slugging percentage, and .942 OPS. Who did they just finish playing?
The Reds are getting hot.
Oh, Colorado. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, like they're starting to swing the bats well, and like they were going into the Colorado series.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're really starting to swing it well and play it well, play well, which I think is beneficial towards this. And to be honest, like the Reds, I think in my opinion are a better team than the Cubs, but they haven't been healthy, Ben, and now they're getting healthy. Yeah. So yep. I like Reds there. What is it at right now? Minus what?
Reds minus 120.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's a good ball club out there in Cincinnati.
Why are they favored, but run line is plus 1.5?
I don't think the book has many books that put a run line up.
Updated it.
But a lot of times when it's like close to a pick 'em, they'll throw the opposite in there. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game. We got the Toronto Blue Jays against the Oakland Athletics. We got Chris Bassett on the mound against Hogan Harris. Fucking dog shit Hogan Harris, man. What do you think about this one, Ben?
Sorry. This one. I mean, Bassett's been playing.
It's been good.
Bassett's been coming back to where he was a few years ago. He had a really good June, and I think he continues that play he had a really good May, and I think he continues that play into June. Even his start against Pittsburgh, he allowed 3 runs in 5 innings, but Pittsburgh was starting to play hot again. And I don't put the A's on that level right now. A's have their moments, but they're not hitting the ball well. That's what worries me.
What do you mean they're not hitting the ball well?
I mean,
they're actually statistically better offensively than Toronto is.
Well, yeah, but Toronto's not hitting the ball well either. I was more comparing them to Pittsburgh, which is Bassett's last start. But I don't know. With Bassett on the hill, I don't think they're going to get too many opportunities to be on base. And I have absolutely no idea about Logan Harris. So tell me about Hogan Harris.
It's not very good. He's basically an inning eater.
Uh-huh.
But
is he a relief?
Yeah, he's normally like a long reliever, but they also use him as like a spot starter. So like he can give you length, he can give you innings. He's basically a 4-pitch pitcher. He throws a 4-seam curveball, changeup, slider. His 4-seam, he doesn't like throw it hella hard, but he does have pretty good spin rate on it, which makes it pretty good. It's at 93. He hovers around 93, 95 from the left side. And he does have good run value on his fastball for what it's worth. So it's a slightly above league average, basically, for his fastball. But I mean, like, the thing with Hogan Harris is like he's very inconsistent, obviously, or else he would be like a consistent starter.
Mm-hmm.
He's shown signs of like being a great starter. He's had outings where he looks really good, and he has had outings where he looks really bad. last start against Tampa, he went 5 2/3. He gave up 3 runs, only 1 earned. He had 7 Ks though.
Yeah,
which is a
his strikeout to walk ratio is great.
Yeah, he's and that's the thing is like he has an above average fastball, which I think is like plus because a lot of teams they don't really smack fastballs, and Toronto's one of them. Like they're not good against the fastball at all.
Yeah,
they're 23rd against the fastball, which I think benefits them. And to your point before, when you were like, well, Oakland kind of struggles offensively. Like I think the A's are a better offensive team than the Jays are, and I think the A's have a way better bullpen than the Toronto Blue Jays too. So when you look at this game, from that sense, like, and for example, the data backs it up too. Oakland's 5th in bullpen ERA. Toronto is 29th. You know what I mean? Like,
yikes.
The A's are a much better bullpen. I think their offenses, if the A's aren't better, they're pretty fucking even. So, how much better do you think Bassett is than Hogan Harris? Do you think Bassett is, what's the line right now, minus what?
Hold on, I gotta refresh this because it's probably changed.
Nice. Where the fuck?
Toronto is sitting at. I also have it here. Hold on.
Minus $1.32.
I don't even see this.
Yeah, some books don't even have it up. It's like minus $1.32, minus $1.35. In that sense,
Yeah.
like I don't think
that is minus 35.
I don't think the Blue Jays should be that much of a favorite. I think that's mispriced. Like,
yeah.
I would play the A's at plus $1.15, plus $1.20.
Yeah, I think this could even be a game where you're looking at first 5 go to Toronto, but the full game goes to Oakland.
But I wouldn't even do that because I don't even know if Toronto can hit Hogan Harris.
Yeah, you know who's gonna hit a home run tomorrow?
Not Vlad.
Your boy.
Yeah, I mean this game, like, I think it's more of a pick'em than it is at this, and so yeah. I would bet the A's full game because the A's have a much better bullpen.
Yeah, I think my favorite bet here is going to be looking at the under.
Yeah, the under could be
7.5.
The under could be very solid. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Or look at team totals tomorrow and see what which under looks more enticing.
Yeah.
You'll probably get both at 3.5.
Yeah, I honestly think I'm probably going to be playing the A's here tomorrow. This is crazy to say, and like people are going to think I'm a fucking idiot, but it's because they don't watch ball. The A's are a better team than the Blue Jays.
I don't know about that.
Yes, they are. The only reason why you think the Blue Jays are better is because they have Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. That's it. You take those two off, and to be honest, Brent Rooker is playing better than either of those two.
Dalton Varsho is playing better than both of those two as well.
Nah, Brent Rooker's an all-star this year. Like, he's an all-star.
No, I'm talking about Vlad and Bichette.
And since Andujar came back too, this is a good ball club out here in Oakland. Decent ball club out here in Oakland. The Jays they're dog shit. They are coming off two wins against the Orioles though. Orioles should have won today though.
Yeah. I don't think I can back the A's here. I don't think I can back the Dodgers or the Blue Jays either.
You can never back. You don't got the testicle fortitude to back the A's. Jordan backed the A's 2 nights ago when Joey Estes was on the mound. I texted you and AK right after the game happened that they lost. I said the A's are gonna win tomorrow. Sure enough, they fucking won. Plus 149. The Mariners got issues too. Talk about a team that needs a fucking bat. That team needs a fucking bat.
Yep. Yeah, the regression of Julio is shocking.
I don't know if it's just the fact that like
Hard
teams
to do everything. by
Yeah,
yourself.
I don't think teams really respect anybody outside of him, dude. So like they just give him like a bunch of like they make his at bats hard. And Juan Soto had to learn from this too. His third year in Washington when they started to get bad, like he wasn't gonna get pitches to hit, bro. And he was getting, you could tell he was like getting tired of walking every fucking at bat. So he was like chasing and shit. And I think we're kind of seeing a similar thing with Julio, dude. Like, bro, they got J.P. Crawford hitting leadoff, bro. Like, that dude stinks, bro. Like, he should be a fucking platoon player at best, and he's playing every fucking day and leading off for a team that's in first place in the AL West. Like, the only reason why that team's in first place in the AL West is because they're starting pitching. Like, that's it.
And every other team in the AL West has struggled majorly.
Yeah. Like, if the Astros didn't have a million fucking injuries, dude, they're probably in first place at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a team that's like piecing together their starting rotation, dude. It's the fucking Astros. Like,
Yeah.
and they just lost Christian Javier for the year. Like, dude.
I think Texas is right where they should be.
Yeah, I think we knew Texas. We kept looking for that Texas regression last year, dude, and it just like never happened. It never came, and now it's just like come for the whole season.
Yeah, but this is where they should have been last year. They should have been a fucking 500 ball team.
100%, dude. They had an unsustainable. They hit like 330 with runners in scoring position like all year last year. I mean, that's unsustainable, dude. It's not gonna happen. And then they're like they had guys like Dane Dunning and fucking, just like a bunch of jag pitchers just pitch out of their fucking minds, dude. And now they've all regressed back to normal.
Yeah, Josh Jung being hurt definitely hurts that offense too. But one guy shouldn't make that offense regress as much. But
no, especially a guy like, don't get me wrong, Josh Jung is good, but he's no Royce Lewis. Like, losing to Royce Lewis hurts your fucking offense, dude. Losing to Josh Jung shouldn't completely change your fucking team like that. Speaking of Royce Lewis, what a fucking ball player that is, dude.
Three
home runs and 6 at bats this year, dude.
Yeah.
That's why, like, tonight, dude, I'm watching the game and like Ryan Jeffers is up with runners on fucking first and third in the 8th inning, down 3. It's like, bro, why would you not pinch hit Royce Lewis there? Like, it's a prime fucking opportunity. The guy's hit 3 home runs and 6 at bats, dude. Like, if anybody's gonna get you a jack, it's gonna be him right there.
He didn't start today.
Nah, he rested today. Yeah, if I knew that, I would have never played it, Ben, to be honest. That's the bad thing about playing overnight. But on the flip side, I got plus 139 and ended up closing like plus 127. So I got the better number, and it's still fucking lost. So, unfortunately, that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
I can hang my hat on it, though. Oh, I got the best number.
Yeah, it doesn't do much in the pocketbook.
Nope. Only winners count. But when you risk less, it's nicer.
Very true.
Like today, I played Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 110 last night. Closed minus 120 today. And if I were to lose, I'd much rather lose minus 110 than lose minus 120, even though it won, right?
Yeah.
So in some aspects, like risking less is good. Yeah. God, I love baseball. Such a funny game. We're only a
third of the way through the season, too.
Nah, we're like close to half.
No, we're at like 60 games, 62 games.
Nah. Really?
Yeah.
Damn, we are only at 63 games. Jesus Christ. Feels like a lot more. I don't know why.
Atlanta's only played 60 games.
God. What a struggling ball club that is out there.
Yeah.
Because of injuries. It's baseball, though, man. You got to battle with those injuries, dude.
Yep. That's part of it being 162 games. It's a fucking... It's a war.
Yep.
It's not just a battle.
Yep. It's what do they call it? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
There we go. Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some best bets, Ben.
Here we go.
I can't sprint or marathon. I can roll. All right, we are. I'll pick one from each game. For the LA New York game, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go a different way with this. I'm gonna go Dodgers first 5, because I know where you're going with it. And I think you can, with the pitchers that are on the mound, I think you can back Yoshi to be minus half a run here. I think runs are going to be scored in this game, so taking that minus a half a run for the first 5, it'll get you better value, and we'll get you the W there. Cubs Reds, I'm going to go with the Reds money line, and then for the Blue Jays A's, I'm going to go under 7.5. Both these offense struggle lesson. So,
all right,
and I like what Bassett has been doing recently.
All right, I'm gonna go Dodgers money line, but I want to play it like minus 125 or less. If it's over minus 125, I don't want to play it because we don't have a lot of lines out yet. So over minus 125, no play for me. Minus 125 or better is a play for me. Reds minus $1.20. I like the Reds there on the money line. I just think Lodolo is a much better pitcher than Justin Steele. I think the Reds are just a better team, and they're starting to get healthy, and they're starting to play very well. So I see the Reds winning this one. And then I'm also going to take A's money line plus $1.20. Like we talked about earlier, I think the A's, I know the A's have a much better bullpen. Offenses are about equal, and the starting pitcher, Bassett is better than Hogan Harris, but Hogan Harris hasn't been no slouch. Solid fastball. Jays are not good against a fastball, so give me A's money line there. And then I'm gonna give out a bet that is fucking crazy as shit. It's gonna stink. You gotta plug your nose and play it, but this shit is fucking hitting tomorrow, dude. And get it now before it goes up. And that's White Sox money line minus $1.08. Garrett Crochet on the mound against the Boston Red Sox. And Cooper Criswell is not a good pitcher. And Garrett Crochet is one of the best starters in Major League Baseball. So give me Garrett Crochet minus $1.08 tomorrow. I like that one. Gotta plug your nose though. It's not pretty. White Sox got to win at some point.
That's a very, very big plug in the nose there.
Garrett Crochet is a hell of a fucking ball player, dude.
I don't disagree with you on that. I do love the stinky cheese, but I cannot back that.
Gotta have testicle fortitude, man. This is one of those.
I have brain fortitude on this one, so
I'm firing White Sox
but
minus $1.08.
I will give you props if it is.
Oh, it's hidden, dude. There's no. I already put it in the account. It's locked and loaded. And I guarantee you Trent's going to be on fucking Boston tomorrow. So it's going to be pretty. I'm going to put my White Sox cap on tomorrow, too. I'm going to rock the White Sox hat tomorrow.
I need to get a White Sox hat. I fucking hate the South Side one. Their normal one is just too plain. You need to find something good.
Ah, I love the normal. The White Sox hat is like the most. It's one of my favorite hats. I got the White Sox 2005 World Series patch hat. Love that. See, that's why you got to go on. Well, I'm not going to mention the place because they don't sponsor us.
Don't worry, I get my patches.
Yeah, you got the patch.
I always have patches. All of mine have patches.
What is that? 2016 World Series?
No. This is the 100th season.
Okay.
2001. Chartered member.
See, I have the patch on this one. Oh,
is that the one they lost?
No, dick face. That's actually the one they won. Kirk Gibson
doesn't have Mickey Mouse ears on it, so
that's the one they won against the fucking A's. Pain.
They should make a Mickey Mouse ear one with the 2020 patch on it.
They don't have hats for those. They don't celebrate that title. No one does. All right.
Shit, that every single fucking Dodgers fan celebrates that title.
Not everyone. I know a couple that say they don't fuck with that.
Yeah. Sure.
It's not Irv. Irv is not one of them, but I do know a couple that they say fuck that title. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back Sunday night. I might stream tomorrow night though. If y'all want to hang out, might be on.
I'll be on.
Yeah, you got
dinner though.
You got nothing to do?
I'm going to dinner. If I'm back from dinner, I'll jump on with you.
All right. So we'll probably be back tomorrow. We'll sweat out some of the late night MLB games and talk about Saturday's slate, and then talk Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 on Saturday as well.
Go Florida.
Go Oilers. So come hang out with us for that. And then we'll be back obviously Sunday night, usual time, 8:30ish. And then the podcast will be up. If you missed any of tonight's stream, make sure to download it. It'll be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast fix, you can find it there. For Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, lads. We out. Peace.
Later.